ladies and gentlemen. This is the Thunder Valley 100 here at Bristol Motor Speedway, NASCAR 15 Victory Edition. It's the NOSSCAR B Division, the 8th season of the NOSSCAR X2 Series, 20% distance races of real-life Cup Series events with no cautions, no custom setups, and fuel and tire wear has been bumped up to 3 times its usual. Jordan Green in the 06 on the pole. Daniel Harmon in the 62 beside him there in the black and red car. His paint job did not load, so he'll be sporting the default paint job. Caleb Lopez in the 95, Tyler McMurder in the 84, Eddie Fikes in the 25, Frank Edwards in the 78, Caitlin Lohr in the 48, and it's BJ Thomas making his debut in the 99 car, starting in 8th. 16 drivers in the race, and we're going green here at Bristol. Remember, there are no cautions called in this event, so this is going to be a very wild race. Some of the field already spread out. We're getting word that there was a massive pileup on lap 1 towards the tail of the field involving Cody Vaughn, Rush Downing, and a few others. There goes the 14 car. That was Clinton Buchanan, a rookie here in the NOSSCAR X2 Series. Evidently he was involved in that incident. Eddie Fikes makes a nice pass on Tyler McMurder. That was for 4th, if I'm not mistaken. Caitlin Lohr running in 6th, right behind him. It's Jordan Green showing the way early in the going. A slower car on the apron there with problems. Everybody gets around him on the outside. Oh, and there's a slow car right there. It looked to be the 14 of Clinton Buchanan once again. The top 5 seem to be kind of organized. Even the drivers running in 6th and 7th are strung out and running on their own, and they look like they've found a safe space. Because usually there's no place to hide. There's a lime green car. It's Cody Vaughn in the number 7. He's stopped over near turns 3 and 4. And the battle for 2nd and 3rd is heating up between Daniel Harmon and Caleb Lopez, 62, 95 cars. They're trying to figure out who's going to take a run at Jordan Green for the lead, and there was another wreck back there. Oh, and they're still wrecking on the front straightaway. Oh, and there's a car spun in the exit of turn 4. Chaos at Bristol Motor Speedway. It's the 8th running of the Thunder Valley 100. 100 laps of doom. There's Rush Downing in the number 1 car. He's going to let McMurder on the lead lap get by him on the outside. And it looks like Eddie Fikes has now passed Daniel Harmon. Daniel Harmon now back to 4th. Eddie Fikes up to 3rd. Caleb Lopez in the 95 car now running in 2nd. Trying to run down your race leader Jordan Green in the 06 car. And it doesn't really matter how fast you are and how far you get in front of your competitors. You're fighting lap traffic all throughout the 100 laps here because we're constantly under green flag conditions. So it's never over. If you get caught up in something or if you get held up, you can be hounded for that race lead in a hurry. Caitlin Lohr was caught up in an incident with Cody Vaughn in the 7 car. She is now 1 lap down. She was scored in the 6th position, having a great run here at Bristol. She qualified well, but now she finds herself behind the 8 ball early in the going. She's just in front of Daniel Harmon here, who is on the lead lap. He's in the black and red car. And Jordan Green has lost the race lead. Caleb Lopez has taken the race lead from the three-time champion and put Eddie Fikes, the rookie, up into second. He's finished second before earlier this season, Eddie Fikes in the 25 car, and he's looking for that win badly. He's got an urgent feeling to go out there and win a NOSSCAR B Division eSport race. Several drivers making pit stops. Rush Downing is stopped against the inside wall on the back straightaway. Something happened to him. But drivers like BJ Thomas and Cody Vaughn and Rush Downing and Clinton Buchanan and several others have made pit stops to try to repair the damage on their race cars, as well as Jerry Ashley in the 15 car. That's Clinton Buchanan down on the inside, letting the lead lap cars go. Very professional and classy driver. Caitlin Lohr in the 48 finally lets Daniel Harmon get around her. And now Tyler McMurder's going to get around her as well. We're about 18 laps into the Thunder Valley 100, and already we've seen enough action for all 100 laps. Caleb Lopez in the 95 still leads here at Bristol Motor Speedway. That was Rush Downing up against the outside wall, turn 3 and 4. Report that he made some contact with another car. Caleb Lopez in the 95 still fighting lap traffic. Very close to contact there. The drivers running in 3rd, 4th, and 5th have kind of settled into their own groove. Eddie Fikes in the 25 currently scored in 3rd. Daniel Harmon in the 62 currently scored in 4th. Tyler McMurder in the 84 currently scored in 5th. All three drivers running relatively on their own, free of traffic for the time being. However, all three cars have a couple of lap cars in between themselves and the front two runners. Caleb Lopez leading the race, Jordan Green running in 2nd. Oh, Cody Vaughn spun on the back straightaway there. He's currently scored in the 13th position. 16 drivers started the event here in the Thunder Valley 100. 14 of them are left on the racetrack, and we believe 8 of them are left on the lead lap at this time. Drivers we haven't really been talking too much about that are still currently scored on the lead lap are Frank Edwards, Aaron Manfredonia, and Jeffrey Robinson Jr. Those are the 3 drivers running in 6th, 7th, and 8th, and they are currently scored on the lead lap. Constant conveyor belt of cars here in the Thunder Valley 100. You can't escape. Oh, we got a car in the wall just in front of some of your race leaders. Oh, and rushed down and came down the track and made contact a little bit there with Daniel Harmon, and now McMurder makes a little bit of contact with Rush Downing. And McMurder got loose, made contact with Frank Edwards, and Edwards had to really check up there. Everybody is still pointed in the right direction. Edwards is not too far behind these guys. He's still going. And that was quite the on-track incident. Everyone's still chasing Caleb Lopez. Green flag pit stops have to be coming up in the near future. These drivers all expected to make 2 pit stops in this event. At the very least, they will all need to pit 2 times to make the distance. And oh, it looks like Eddie Fikes in the 25 car missed pit road. And that's going to cost him some valuable time. Daniel Harmon just peeled down pit road. Might have been a good choice. There was a car spun in turn 4, and Jerry Ashley in the 15 car spun over at the entrance of turn 1. And he was narrowly missed by Cody Vaughn and several others. And now Tyler McMurder comes down pit road. Aaron Manfredonia is on pit road. BJ Thomas in the 99 car is on pit road. We're hearing Caleb Lopez has already made his scheduled green flag pit stop, as well as Jordan Green in the 06 car. Jerry Ashley in the 15 car. Remember, we saw him spun at the entrance of turn 1. He is now on pit road assessing that damage. And remember, we saw Eddie Fikes miss pit road and have to go around one more time. As a result, he is now behind the 84 car, but still scored inside the top 5. There's Jerry Ashley with all sorts of front end damage, just trying to hold on and keep her going. And oh, contact made there. 15 car went up the hill and put the 84 in the wall, and there's a 2-car spin in turn 1 and 2. And there's one stopped at the exit of 2. So much going on, it's hard to report it all. And there was a car stopped over there in 1 and 2. It's hard to find a place in line so you can get back going again. And that's the thing about the NOSSCAR X2 Series short track events, especially when we come to places like Bristol and Martinsville and Richmond. It's really all about surviving. Finding a place in line, finding a spot on the track where you're not going to get caught up in anything serious, and then see if you can run down the drivers in front of you. In big contact between Eddie Fikes in the 25, Jerry Ashley in the 15. Both continue on. Jerry Ashley was involved in an incident about 10-15 laps ago. He has now scored 1 lap down. Eddie Fikes, Tyler McMurder both on the lead lap and trying to stay that way. However, they've got Caleb Lopez about half a track in front of them, trying to say otherwise. Oh, we got one stopped. And when you see a car go through another, it means that they have decided to hit the start button and go completely transparent so you can drive right through them. However, it is a risk because sometimes it does not work and the connection doesn't allow the car to be transparent. And they remain physical and you find out the hard way. Cody Vaughn scrapes the wall coming out of turn 4. He's going to let these lead lap cars go by, it seems. He's currently scored in the 12th position, 2 laps down. Trying to hold on for dear life here. 14 cars of the 16 are left on the racetrack and still going. And we're willing to bet that all 14 of those drivers that are still out there, 14 cars, have at least a bit of damage. Whether it be on the right side from getting in the wall, like the 84 car here, or the front end, like the 15. There's a nick or a knack or a mark somewhere on all these race cars. Oh, we got one spun on the front straightaway there, and we got Frank Edwards going around in turn 1. Former X2 Series race winner. That's a tough break for him. I didn't see what happened, but it looked like he was all the way down on the apron. Jerry Ashley was involved in an incident there with Clinton Buchanan down on the apron. We've got pylons and we've got yellow buckets on the racetrack. But again, no cautions come out for debris, for crashes, for anything. One of those unique eSport racing series with a unique point system and a unique rules package. Makes it one of the most difficult to win, but it makes it one of the most fun to participate in. Head over to NOSSCAR.com/X2 Series to learn more. Oh, and we have a massive pileup on the front straightaway, and we're getting a report a car went flying over the wall, pit road wall. And this is going to line them up for a restart because the red flag came out. Wow, we don't see this ever in the NOSSCAR X2 Series. We've only seen it 2 times before this, and we've never seen it at Bristol. We're going to take a couple of laps to line everybody back up because clearly, as you can see, cars were inside other cars and we were not lined up and ready to go, but we're getting a report that cars went flying over the pit road wall and were upside down or on their side, and when that happens in the NASCAR 15 Victory Edition video game, the red flag is called almost instantly, whether you have the flags off or on. And there are your cars left in the event. Jerry Ashley in the 15 car is the latest victim of an on-track incident that has put him out of the race, and we have 13 cars left on the racetrack. The green flag is back in the air, 7 cars on the lead lap. Now some of these guys are going to be really close on fuel, but some of them are not going to drive like they care. They're going to go for the race lead, and the 2 fastest cars all race long have been Caleb Lopez in the 95, Jordan Green in the 06. Oh, in contact with Eddie Fikes and Aaron Manfredonian. Oh, they're all going to get through there. I don't know how, but they did. That's Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 42 car. We haven't spoken too much about him in this race. He survived and stayed on the lead lap. He received the free pass when that red flag came out and restarted in the 7th position, last car on the lead lap. So he's got a shot to win this thing. Side by side for the race lead, it's Caleb Lopez and Jordan Green, and they have Daniel Harmon in 3rd, right behind them. Aaron Manfredonia in 4th, Tyler McMurder in 5th, Eddie Fikes in 6th. The top 6 battling for the win here in Bristol Motor Speedway on the NASCAR 15 Victory Edition video game. Three of which are former NOSSCAR eSport racing champions. And looks like Jordan Green made contact with the wall, and Daniel Harmon wasn't quite ready for it. Caleb Lopez has slipped to the 3rd position. Eddie Fikes just worked his way around Tyler McMurder in the 84. That was for 5th. The top 5 starting to run away. Top 6 rather. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. finally clears Frank Edwards, the lapped car, and he's now going to set his sights on the top 6, who have been fighting for the lead for the last 5 laps. Frank Edwards currently scored in 8th, the first car 1 lap down. Caitlin Lohr in the 48 car currently scored in 9th. The second car currently scored 1 lap down. And how about BJ Thomas in the 99 car currently scored in 10th in his NOSSCAR X2 Series debut. He races in the NOSSCAR C division on NASCAR Heat 3 in the NOSSCAR Dirt Touring Series. But he's getting his feet wet here on the asphalt of Bristol Motor Speedway, or the concrete rather. Jordan Green starting to run away with the race lead. Daniel Harmon in second, right behind him. Caleb Lopez in third. Aaron Manfredonia in fourth, but for how long? Eddie Fikes in the 25 looking low. Couldn't quite get the car to stick down there, and that's one thing I've noticed all race long. It's been very tricky to make a pass. The old configuration of this racetrack allowed the drivers to just simply battle for the low line, and once you got there, the driver on the outside line would get freight trained to the back. But they have added progressive banking. The further you go towards the outside wall, it becomes more steep and more angled. So drivers can actually get quite the run on the outside line and hold that position and make it really tough for drivers to make passes. Daniel Harmon is all over the back bumper of Jordan Green for the race lead. Eddie Fikes just took 4th place from Aaron Manfredonia. Put the 25 car up into 4th. Looks like Rush Downing is spun towards the inside there. Rush is currently scored in 13th position. Oh, and that was Cody Vaughn over there. Looked like he made some heavy contact with the outside wall, and he's stopped towards the bottom at the exit of turn 2, I think it was. Caleb Lopez has been passed now by Eddie Fikes, that's for 3rd. Aaron Manfredonia tried to follow him through. He took a look, but he couldn't get the car to stick. Remember, I think Manfredonia has slightly more worn tires at this point, but Caleb Lopez is fighting some severe front end damage. And Lopez is gonna let Aaron Manfredonia get around him. That's for 4th. Oh, and right when we say that, the 24 makes contact with the outside wall. Back by goes Caleb Lopez, former NOSSCAR Pro Touring Series champion. And Tyler McMurder's going to go with him. All kinds of lap traffic at this stretch of the racetrack. They're trying to navigate their way through, and here comes Manfredonia once again back by Tyler McMurder, and that's for 5th. They're trying to work their way around Cody Vaughn. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. has caught these guys. He's running in 7th. Remember, he got the free pass, and now he's trying to work his way towards the front. Running that slightly higher line, and he's finding some speed exiting these corners because of it. Caleb Lopez still holding on to the 4th position. Out front, Jordan Green, Daniel Harmon, Eddie Fikes. That is your top 3. And Caleb Lopez, Aaron Manfredonia, Tyler McMurder, Jeffrey Robinson Jr., Frank Edwards, Caitlin Lohr, and BJ Thomas rounding out the rest of your top 10. Getting close to the finish here for the Thunder Valley 100. Race 7 of 25 here in Season 8 of the NOSSCAR X2 Series, hosted on the NASCAR 15 Victory Edition video game. Head over to NOSSCAR.com/X2 Series to learn more. Follow your favorite driver, review the previous race results, the rules package, the point standings, and see details on how you can sign up and become a NOSSCAR eSport race car driver. Eddie Fikes in the 25 car surrenders third. He comes to pit road. He can't make it the distance on fuel. Aaron Manfredonia in the 24 car coming to pit road. He can't make it to the distance on fuel. Jordan Green in the 06 car is on pit road. He can't make it. Who can make it? Well, we know that Caleb Lopez is still on the racetrack. There he is, just in front of Tyler McMurder. McMurder's on the track. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. is on the track. There's Eddie Fikes coming back on the racetrack. This is your top three right here. Daniel Harmon is on pit road. He can't make it the distance either. Wow. So now this is going to be a dogfight between these three drivers, running on fumes and on extremely worn right side tires in particular, and there's contact with Eddie Fikes and McMurder there. McMurder got all sorts of sideways, but he keeps it pointed in the right direction. That's not a battle for position, but the 42 will be battling for position, and he makes contact with Caitlin Lohr, Jeffrey Robinson Jr. Everyone pushing for everything they can get. Aaron Manfredonia just bumped Eddie Fikes. They're battling for 6th and 7th, one lap down. McMurder lets Fikes go. He lets Manfredonia go. He knows they're on fresher tires. But now they are in between himself and Caleb Lopez. And Caleb in the 95 is who he needs to pass for the win. That was Clinton Buchanan getting out of the way of the leaders. And here comes Jeffrey Robinson Jr. all over the back bumper of Tyler McMurder. That's a battle for second. He's there and he gets around him. Coming around to the checkered flag, Caleb Lopez wins the Thunder Valley 100 at Bristol Motor Speedway. A wild, wild race here at Bristol on NASCAR 15 Victory Edition. The 95 survives. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in second. Tyler McMurder in third. Jordan Green fourth, your pole winner. Daniel Harmon in fifth. Eddie Fikes in sixth. Aaron Manfredonia in seventh. Frank Edwards in eighth. Caitlin Lohr ninth. BJ Thomas rounding out your top 10. Clinton Buchanan, Cody Vaughn, Rush Downing, Jerry Ashley, Matt Tetmeyer, and Tiger DePinto. 11th through 16th. Thanks very much for joining us, guys. Caleb Lopez captures career win number 2 here in the NOSSCAR X2 Series, one of 3 NOSSCAR B Division eSport Racing Series, hosted on the NASCAR 15 Victory Edition video game. Thanks for joining us, guys. Catch us at the Brickyard 100.